Alright fellas, I'm doing a food plot update of my spring food plot that I didn't have to do because I did it back in the fall. This is July the 3rd. It's been almost, I guess, about 2 months since we planted those pear trees and those apple trees and sprayed this food plot. But as you can see in the background, I still got a good stand of clover. It hadn't got really, any taller. It's probably only maybe, 3-4 inches tall, but it's still full all over the whole food plot. I'm gonna turn you around. As you can see, I got some weeds in it, but it's not that many. It's just some I don't know if these dandelions or some kind of weed, but as you can see, the clover is still full all over the food plot, which I'm happy about, and it's not been taken over by weeds. I was thinking I was going to come out here and there was going to be nothing but weeds standing over top of this clover, but the clover's still doing pretty good, and I'm sure the deers are getting something out of it. But like I said, it is what it is. I didn't have to spend any time, any extra money on it, and I got a food plot full of clover. I could, go and spray some, not spray, but to spread some fertilizer on it, but I don't have any with me, which I'm just gonna let this ride for the summer. I think it's doing pretty good. So, as a matter of fact, I just found the 4-leaf clover while I was looking at that. Ain't that something? I guess my eyes are not gone yet. But other than that, we down here to I wanted to check out these trees because I haven't did anything or even seen these trees since last time we planted them. But looking at them before I started the video, they're doing pretty good. I mean, they're not dead or anything, and they're not 10 feet tall now, but still no animal has knocked them over, damaged the cage, anything like that. So that's a plus. We just walking to the back here of my food plot where I got the trees at. And I'm gonna put out some cameras too, because this is a good time to see what kind of deers you got in your area, because in the summertime the deers walk around unpressured and they're willing to come out in the open more often than they would during hunting season. So I'm pretty sure they're still in velvet, but still growing their horns, but you can actually see what's out there more than you can at the beginning of the season, that type thing, because like I said, they're unpressured. So, but back here where the trees are now, as you can see, the cage is still there. The tree still got nice blooms on, well, nice leaves on them. Nothing has broke the cage or knocked it over or anything like that, so that's a good plus. We're gonna go to the next one over here. Looking at the next one, I did have one broken limb on it, and I believe that was just because of the weather and where I had that support holding it up. Like I said, this one was the only casualty that I seen, and I'm gonna go ahead and break that off and get it out the way. But as you can see, the tree's still living and it's pretty decent. I mean, I was expecting to see, I hate to say it, but I was expecting to see it kind of leaned over, drought, no rain, but It's been raining so much here in the last couple of months that these trees are getting plenty of water. But I'm happy with that. And this last one over here, this was the only one that I seen that the cage looked like something pushed on the cage. But like I said, they didn't get to the tree. This one's got the overhanging limbs more than the other one, so the deer's probably trying to stand up on their hind legs to get to those leaves on there. I thought that was some bites on that, but it's not. So, but other than that, everything looks pretty good over here. I did put one camera on this tree over here. I'm gonna switch this camera. Well, not switch it, but I'm gonna put some more batteries in it and everything, and look at see what's on that card in that camera. If it's something decent on it, I will put it in the video. Other than that, guys, we're gonna go up to the front where I planted those pear trees and see how they doing. So we'll meet you back up at the pear trees. All right, guys, we up here where I planted the pear trees. As you can see in the background, the grass has grown up probably knee high right now. I told you on the last video that when I put this in here, that in the summertime this grass gets up real high. But if we're gonna look at the pear trees, you can see they doing real well up here. I believe these pear trees were in better shape, had more leaves on them than the apple trees I planted down in the food plot anyway. But they're still nice and green, full of leaves. Nothing has damaged the cage. But as you can see in the grass is up knee high. And I put the black mat around the base of it, the weed guard. It's helping some, but grass is still coming through there, which doesn't look like it's hurting it right now. We can go to the other one. Hopefully the sun is not too bad, because I'm facing right into the sun. So on the other one here, it's doing pretty good also. But like I said, it's nice and green leaves on it. Like I said, the base is still good. Nothing's been biting on it, and the leaves is still nice and tall. So I think we winning on that one. We're gonna go over here to this tube where I planted the little small pear trees and see if we can see down in this tube. This one's in the shade a lot. As you can see, the weed guard is doing pretty good right here. If we look down in here, oh yeah, you can see that. I don't know if you can see that, but on the outside here, that plant, it's about that tall now. When we planted it, it was just barely this tall. So it's growing pretty good in that what you call that thing, that growing tube. So I'm pretty happy with that. Just look down in here again. Yes, it's nice and green, and you know, it's got one or two discolorations on the one or two leaves, but it's got a nice good stem coming up. Oh yeah, I'm really happy about that. We're gonna go over here to this other one where it looks like it was almost dead when I planted it. I'm gonna have to get out here and bush hog this place, and I'm gonna spray this area. Hopefully it won't do anything to these trees, but like I said again, the weed guard is doing pretty good here. And if we can take a look down in here, look at that. That one's have grown even taller than that other one. And I put a picture up so you can see how it looked when we first planted it. That is wonderful. I'm really happy about that, because that is that tall right now. When it was, you know, barely any leaves on it when I planted it. Oh yeah, I like that. Hopefully it's these grow tubes is, you know, helping it just like a greenhouse. But that's great. I'm pretty happy with that. So I just wanted to give you guys a little update while I was here. We're gonna go over to the old pear tree right here. I noticed there was a lot of pears on it. So hopefully everybody is helping germinate everybody around this area with these pear trees. So that's a plus. It needs to be, this tree needs to be fertilized and all that good stuff, because if you can see, it is a lot of pears on that tree. And it normally be a lot of pears on that tree, but they don't never get really big, because that tree is super old. A lot of limbs have broke off of it, and over the years it just get older and older without anybody taking care of it. So this year we're gonna clean the weeds off around it. We're not gonna do it today. We'll probably do it the next time I'm here, and see if we can throw some fertilizer around it. Try to help it along. But this is why they call this my hunting food plot the pear tree, just because of this tree here. So even on the back side, it's tons and tons of pears on that tree. Alright guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Like I said, I just want to do a quick video of these apple and pear trees that I planted, and just want to look at the food plot, make sure it wasn't overtaken with weeds and all that good stuff. So appreciate it guys. I want you to do me a favor though. I want to try to get this subscriber count up. So if you're watching this and you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. Like I said, when hunting season come up, we're gonna have some nice hunting videos this year, food plot videos. We got a lot of guys in the hunt club that's eager to get started with their food plot. So I'm gonna be helping out a lot of guys this year with the food plot. So we'll make sure we have that. And plus I got a new tractor this year, so we're gonna put that to work. But I think that's about it guys. I appreciate you watching. Until the next video, we're out.